Hi guys, it's Mrs. Keysior. Missing you all in class, but I wanted to at least let you hear my voice or see me a little bit. But here's a quick video about how you guys need to be working on your class now that it's an online class. So I wanted to just kind of give you some instruction to make sure you guys are all on the same page. So I've got my Canvas course here. It's in student view so that hopefully this is how you guys see it when you look at it. So if you go to the class and you go to the modules, this is how you're going to be progressing in the class through these modules. Now, in the student view, as you guys will see it, you might want to minimize, if you haven't done this already, some of the past weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the way that you do that is you just click on a little triangle next to the week and minimize them. So you will need to be taking a test soon. So the test is going to start with the material. Actually, it starts in this material here in week number 6. So you're welcome to keep this unminimized if you want, if you need to still go in and get some of these resources that I had put in here. Again, those are the notes pages, some videos, practice problems, and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize those for now. But if you wanted to go back to week 6, 7, and 8, those are going to still be materials that are going to show up on your test, the next test. So starting after spring break, you might notice a difference in how I set up the class. So a lot of those materials that you saw in those previous weeks that were just like optional resources, I've now set them up as required items. So you'll see that I'm going to need you to like check off each of the items. And you can either check them off by viewing them, or if it's a homework assignment, by submitting the assignment. But in order to complete the module, and before this module will say it's completed, you'll need to check off all of these items. So I'd like to see you guys do that in order, but if you don't do it in order, that's okay. Eventually at the next at the last few weeks, you will have to go in order. So I've set it up so you have to go in order. But right now, you can do it in any order that you want. So what you'll do is, here's week 10. So you have assignments that are going to be due March 30th. So first of all, the due dates that I've set up, I have set up the due dates as if we were going to finish the class on time on May 8th. So I'd like you to try to stick with that as best as you can. Some of your other classes might be pushing things back a week or two. We've been given permission to push our final due date back 2 weeks, up to 2 weeks. But I want to try to stick, because I've got the materials already ready for you, so that I've given them out to you ahead of time. So I want to try to stick with that May 8th as our end date, but know that if there's something going on, I can be more flexible with that. Like I said, up to 2 weeks they're allowing. You just have to let me know what's going on. So try to stick as best as you can to these due dates. If there's something that's, maybe you're fighting over getting internet with your kids or something like that, just let me know what's going on, what's slowing you down, so that I know that you'll still be targeted to finish. Again, I think 2 weeks after the end of the semester is May 23rd, I believe. So anyway, so I've set these due dates up. Try to stick with them as best as you can. I'd like to see everybody finish by May 8th. We should be able to do that. So the video that you're looking at is in this first section. It's a page. You'll know that it's a page. If I hover over it, it'll say it's a page. It just launches another page in Canvas that'll have a bunch of more information. So usually if it's a page, you'll launch it and it'll have something that has more information in it. Other than that, you'll see the regular things that you have seen before, the PDF file of the notes, PowerPoints, the PDF file of those practice pages that I printed out for you and gave you in class. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to print everything out for you. So you are welcome to print out the notes, the PowerPoints, which I wasn't giving you before, but you can print those out if you want. And the practice problems, you can print them out or just view them if you want. I'm only requiring that you view it, not that you print it out. I've also added in here video lectures. So if you click on that link, let me click on that for you guys for now. I have taken some of the classes, and these are still in progress. So I've got all the ones up through the next test, but I'm still working on the ones for the last test for the class. So those should be up soon. But I've got video lectures set up for you. So I wanted to try for your class to keep it as similar as possible to what we were doing in class. So I just basically took the notes that we were going over in class, and I broke them into pieces as if I were giving you the lecture in class. So the section 3.4 is probably the longest one. It's 4 parts. So each lecture is anywhere between like 10 and 20 minutes-ish. So it's supposed to replace the lecture that we were doing in class. So you'll find those, you can speed those up if you want to go through them quickly. There's a place where you can speed them up. When you go to launch them, you'll probably want to kind of hover over. So if you notice how I hovered over here and go to full screen before you launch it, that will launch it as a big screen as opposed to trying to see on this little tiny screen. Also, I've given you a link to all of the videos. So as I start to post all the videos, you'll see them. I've set up a class for you in EduCreations is the program that I'm using. So I set up a class for you. So if you wanted to just go to just all the videos, and you can click on here, sign up for an account through them, and then just sign into my class. So that's a link to the class. And again, that will have all the videos, but if you want to look at it just one at a time, you're going to go ahead and follow the links there. So that's the main thing that I added here in terms of material that you can have to get information to be able to do your homework and so forth. So you'll have those video lectures. I've also got some extra videos just arranged by topic. And then here's your homework that you're going to do in MyMathLab. And you can click on the homework here. Again, I suggest you actually just go into MyMathLab to do the homework. You should go into MyMathLab and see all the homework assignments are all up in there. So you're welcome to work on those homework assignments ahead of time. You don't have to necessarily wait till the module opens up, but you can get those homework assignments done. And you'll see again the due dates for those. So this first module again is due March 30th. So that's Monday. If you can get it done as close to Monday as I can, I've actually removed all of the penalties for late work. So you'll no longer be penalized if you do anything late. But like I said, again, try to keep as best as you can to the schedule. So you're going to need to finish off section 3.4 and 3.6 and the homework for those 2 sections. Once you finish that off, then you'll need to work on the review. So I had already given you this file, this handout in class. If you weren't in class on the last day of class when I passed this out, you might need to print this out. But I've got the review and the answer key. And then you'll need to take a online quiz on, this quiz is in MyMathLab. So that quiz is due by Monday, April 6th. And then after that, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to download the software program that I need you to do to take the test. So we're going to be using Respondus Lockdown Monitor to take the test. So this next little mini module here that's due April 9th, you can work on this now if you want. Just download the software. The information, I'll click on it here. The information for downloading that software is here. So there's like a little video on it, a quick start guide and the information on how to set that up. So you're going to download that software. And then once you get that software downloaded, let me go back to where it was. This will open up. So once you look at this, this will open up, and then you can take this practice quiz. So this practice quiz, it's not worth any points. It's not worth a grade. It just makes sure that your web browser and web camera and everything are all set up correctly so that you can take the test. Okay, so when you get that done, you complete all those items, then this test will open up for you, the exam section. So for the exam section, I will again have you take a practice test. And the practice test is really just one problem that says I'm ready to take the test. But what it's doing is it's going to check to make sure that your browser is working correctly and your webcam is working correctly before you go into the exam, because you're only allowed to take the exam once. I don't want you to get into the exam and then realize that something's off and then that count as your attempt for the exam. So you will go in, just double check, make sure everything's working. So wait to take this until right before you take the test. There's nothing on there. It just says that you're just ready to take the test. So that's just a test to make sure your browser's working, and then you'll take the test for real. Now the test you're going to take at home, or well, wherever you got internet access. So you're going to take that test at home. And again, you want to take it in an area that you're not going to be distracted, that there's no people walking around behind you, because the browser will not like it if it starts to see people walking around. So find a nice quiet place that you can take the test. I gave you up to 3 hours to take the test. You will not need 3 hours to take the test, but I give you plenty of time to take it. When you're done with the test is done in Canvas. So you're going to be entering your grades in Canvas, and Canvas is a little goofy. So I do want to be able to see what work you've got. So right after you're done with the test, I do want you to upload here. You're going to upload, your scrap paper. So upload your scrap paper, and that way I can give you back partial credit. So if I only grade what's in Canvas, I can't award any partial credit. But if you upload your work shown, again, right after you take the test, I will use that to grade the test. Also, don't be worried if your original test score is a little bit low. I'm going to go through anything that you got wrong and look to see if it's wrong because you typed it in not the way Canvas was expecting, and you actually got it right. So I'll go back and award extra points. So whatever score you show on the test, that'll be your lowest score. And then I'm just going to go in and add extra points back for work shown, and then add points back if you actually got the problem right and just typed it in wrong. And then the only other thing that's open for you right now is the final exam section. There's nothing in here right now. I'm going to be adding more to this soon. But right now I've only got the answer keys for the first exam in here. So that I'll be adding more to that. Once you finish taking this test, the next module will open up for you. So it's hidden right now, but once you take the test, it will open up for you, and I'll start to publish some more things in the next week or so that you've got everything. But that's basically how you're going to progress through the class. The class is essentially self-paced, although I don't want you to think about it as I can take as long as I want. Self-paced, meaning try to stick to these due dates, but there's no specific assignment that you have to do every day. But again, try to stick with these as close as you can. If you take the test, you don't have to take the test on April 10th. You can take the test on April 1st if you want, if you've got all of these other things done. So please try to work ahead, try to get things done on time, or work ahead. If you've got any questions, please let me know. You can just email me. That's the easiest. And let me know what's going on. And other than that, I think that basically covers it. Again, let me know if you've got any questions.